Hey, what's happening, Disney Reviews? I'm the Guy01, and welcome to this week's versus episode on the Walkthrough channel. This week, it's Goldberg against the Swiss Superman, Cesaro, aka Claudio Casanova. We actually had quite a few birthdays this past week, but before we get into that, hope you guys had a good holiday season. Today is New Year's Eve, making this the last video of 2022 that I'll be uploading for this channel. It's been a weird year. I just kind of mentioned this in the walkthrough episode, but when I started 2022, I was still in high school. Now at the end of 2022, I just finished the first half of my first year of college. It's weird. Time's weird, man. So let's get into the birthdays. It was Rusev's birthday, Rusev, aka Miro's birthday, December 25th. He turned 37. Goldberg's birthday, December 27th. He turned 56. Cesaro's birthday the same day, the 27th. He turned 42. Chyna's birthday again, same day, the 27th. She would have turned 53. And again, same day, December 27th, Zelina Vega's birthday. She turned 32. So happy birthday to all of them. And I also mentioned this in the walkthrough episode. It would have been Stanley's 100th birthday, December 28th. Alright, let's get right into it. So nothing really happened on Raw. Raw was basically WWE's year in review episode, so looking at the biggest moments, matches of 2022. I guess the biggest thing that really happened was there was a interview segment with Cody Rhodes, who basically said that he will be coming back in 2023. That's already been, and we already kind of suspected that he'd be coming back. But yeah, Rhodes just confirmed it in that interview. SmackDown, on the other hand, was a lot more interesting. So SmackDown began with LA Knight confronting Bray Wyatt before challenging him for a match at the Royal Rumble, which Wyatt accepted. All of a sudden, Uncle Howdy came out and then came into the ring. So it was Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy standing next to each other, both looking at LA Knight. Then Uncle Howdy actually attacked Bray Wyatt before leaving LA Knight to be like, what? So this was an interesting segment, because now it's made even more clear that not only are Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt two different people, they're not only are they one and the same, but they're also not really on the same page, and it doesn't look like they like each other. So that it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. Honestly, I kind of like an idea of like bringing back the Fiend and then having a Fiend versus Uncle Howdy kind of thing. And like, you can go supernatural with it if you want. I don't care. I think it'd be entertaining having like the Fiend and Uncle Howdy being like these two supernatural beings who have like this story history together or something. Like an Undertaker and Kane kind of thing. So moving on with SmackDown, Solo Sikoa beat Sheamus. Afterwards, the Bloodline attacked Ridge Holland and Butch. Drew McIntyre then ran down to make the save, saving the Brawling Brutes from the Bloodline. Ronda Rousey beat Raquel Rodriguez to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. It seemed just to be her standard title defense match. And then all of a sudden, a new unheard theme song was heard, and Charlotte Flair made her return to WWE. She then challenged Ronda to a match for the SmackDown Women's title on that night, and you could hear the crowd collectively go, "Oh no." Please don't tell me they're not gonna do this. No. But they did it. Ronda accepted, they had the match, and Charlotte Flair beat Ronda Rousey to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. We were so close. We almost got through the year without Charlotte just being given the women's title. I mean, as soon as we saw that it was Charlotte, and we saw that she was in ring gear, I mean, you could pretty much see it in people's faces and, like, hear it in the audience going, "Oh, come on, no. Triple H, don't do this. Don't pull a Vince. Please." But to be fair, Flair's return was actually pretty well received. Now, how well received will it be? You know, it was well received because, hey, we haven't seen her like a year. She's back. But now it's like, oh, she came back after being gone for a year and won the title in like a few minutes. After, you know, again, not being in WWE for a year, she just kind of walks in, wins the title. We'll see how people react to that in the coming days. But yeah, it'll be interesting. And then moving on to the main event, John Cena made his return after not wrestling at all in 2022 to team up with Kevin Owens to face Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. The match itself only lasted about 10 minutes, and Cena only wrestled about less than 5 minutes. But Cena and Owens were able to get the win, pinning Sami Zayn. So now we'll see how Roman Reigns reacts to Sami Zayn costing them the match. Yeah, there was definitely... It's funny, the biggest hype of the night was probably Cena's return, and honestly, he didn't really do much, really. I feel like they just should have given him more time, because in between the Flair and Ronda match and then the main event, there was also a segment involving Braun Strowman and Imperium, which I feel like if they had gotten rid of that, they easily could have made the main event go like at least 20 minutes. Now, I get why they did that. Cena hasn't wrestled all year. He's not in ring shape, so they probably couldn't have him, you know, in the ring for an extended amount of time without him getting gassed. But to be fair, it looks like they wanted the spotlight to be on Kevin Owens and the Bloodline. That was the focus anyways, so I'm sure Cena's time in the ring would have been limited anyway. So that's it for Raw and SmackDown. Now we can finish this match off. It looked like Cesaro was going to give us a run for our money early on, but we've turned the tide on him, haven't we? Also, Sports Illustrated, or I believe it was Sports Illustrated, might have been Pro Wrestling Illustrated, released the list of the top 10 wrestlers of 2022, and not surprisingly, The Shield, all 3 members, were in the top 5, with Seth Rollins being at number 1, Jon Moxley being at number 2, I believe, Bianca Belair at number 3, and I believe Roman Reigns at 4 honestly, I was kind of surprised that Roman Reigns was number 4. I kind of expected him to be top 3 easy. I mean, I feel like he's really coming to his own this past year. I mean, he's been in all the big matches, you know, his stuff with Brock, Edge, the whole Bloodline storyline has been... And that's another thing, Sami Zayn didn't even make the list of the top 10. That surprised me, because I think the 3 biggest surprises for me were the fact that Roman Reigns wasn't higher, but also the fact that Sheamus and Sami Zayn weren't in the top 10. Because for 2022, Sheamus has probably had his best year of in-ring work this year. I mean, everything he's done this year has been amazing in-ring wise. And then Sami has probably had his best year, like, storyline and character-wise this year. I mean, the Bloodline story is like the biggest story in all of pro wrestling. And the big part of that's because of Sami Zayn. I mean, he's like the segment that everyone always ends up talking about at the end of the week. People are curious about how his storyline is going to go. Like, I think people care more about Sami Zayn and the Bloodline more than they care about really any other story in wrestling at this point right now. So that surprised me that neither of them made the top 10. Ow. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Alright, here we go. It's over. Count it. I guess the spear wasn't a highlight. Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make new videos all the time. Stay tuned for next week's Versus, and next week, well, next year actually. Stay tuned for next year for our next episode of Versus, and next year when we continue our LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes Free Play walkthrough. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Happy New Year. Happy New Year's Eve. Don't stay up too late. Hope you guys enjoyed. Guy01 and Goldberg signing out. Hope you guys had a great 2022. Bye, guys.